Okay. Kevin McNamara, standing as a Lib Dem candidate in Thurrock for 2017 general election. Kevin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Michael. So, about myself, I've got a background of working in customer services, working with small businesses, helping them start up. And at the moment, I'm just working full-time on the Lib Dem general election campaign.
Is this your first time standing to be elected?
No, I've stood a few times in the past. So I stood for Thurrock Borough Council back in 2012, and back in 2016 I stood for Essex Police and Crime Commissioner, which included the entire county.
And what did you learn from those experiences?
So what I learned from those experiences is that people are willing to listen to the Liberal Democrat message. Of course, in 2016, after the 2015 general election, we weren't sure what we were going to find. But what I did find was that there were a lot of people willing to listen to us. I mean, in Essex, I've got almost 31,000 votes. So I know if we do go out there, we do connect and we do engage, we can actually win.
Okay, so we've almost stumbled into an issue already. When it comes to crime, there's a sort of a conservative line in Essex. Is that the police have plenty of money, it's all tied up in property and revenue, etc. Do you think that, so therefore if they release that, we'd have lots of policemen on the streets of Thurrock? Do you buy that?
No, I think it's absolute nonsense. I think if you look at the Conservatives' record on crime, and especially running Essex Police, you know, with having the Essex Police and Crime Commission and the police authority before that, is that they've been financially irresponsible. They've prioritised freezing council tax over actually funding a proper police force for people in Essex. And I know Essex is the lowest funded police force per head in the entire country.
Tell us a little bit more about your issues, any of the national issues that you're also going to be campaigning here in Thurrock.
So one of the things that people do tell me, and it's a lot of, traditional Labour voters, is that they do want an official and a decent opposition to this Conservative hard Brexit government. And I respect that a lot of people in Thurrock did vote to leave, but I do know even amongst those people that voted to leave, they did not expect the economic turmoil that's going to come up. They did not expect the Labour Party to not provide any opposition to that, and they did not expect a hard Brexit that saw us leaving the customs unions, that saw us leaving the single market. So in this campaign, I'm going to be campaigning against those things, and to give people a second referendum on the terms of any deal we reach with Europe.
What about the economy?
What about the economy? So, looking at the economic figures, they're not encouraging. Growth has slowed down, inflation has gone up, wage growth has gone down. These are all things that we were told would not happen back in 2016. We were told that we were headed to some sunny uplands as soon as we voted leave. But actually all we've found is that especially in manufacturing, output has slowed down month on month.
Back in 2010, I was up at Palmer's College, and a lot of the sixth formers there, they were really all set, almost to a man, said that we're going to give the Lib Dems a chance. Do you think they were betrayed by the coalition and tuition fees, and 7 years later, can you get those votes? Because those voters now will be 24, 25. Can you get them back?
I think we made a mistake. I know Nick Clegg apologised at the time for breaking the tuition fees pledge. I went on record as saying that if I were an MP at the time, I wouldn't have voted to increase tuition fees, but up to 9,000. And the majority of our a large number of our MPs actually didn't. I do think we can win those voters back. I've seen polling recently that shows that the amongst 18 to 24s are actually second now. We are winning those people back because young people are concerned about their futures. They're concerned about a hard Brexit that would stop living in 32 countries and working in 32 countries, moving freely and deciding how to live their lives. And a majority of those people did vote to remain. They see the Liberal Democrats as the only party that's giving them a voice right now.
Okay, a couple more questions. Just 2005, Lib Dems here got about 5,000 votes. 2010, about 5,000 votes. 2015, just under 700 votes. What will you gauge as success come June 8/9th?
I'd gauge a success every single vote people give to the Liberal Democrats to provide a decent opposition to this Conservative hard Brexit government. We had a challenging year in 2015, going down to 8 seats, going down to 8%, and I think anything above and beyond 8 seats and above 8% in the polls, and increasing our vote share here in Thurrock as well would be a success. We're building from a low base, and a rebuild does take a long time, but we are fighting for every single vote.
Kevin McNamara, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Mike.